Tonight, we're learning some new information about the death of a corrections officer, Rodney Osborne here. A new report from the Highway Patrol describes his death as a reckless homicide.
We've been asking questions, trying to get answers about his death since he was shot and died during a training exercise at a corrections training academy in Orient on April 9th. Tonight, we're starting to get more insight into what happened. While the report doesn't say who shot Osborne, we have learned a commander is on administrative leave.
Well, let's bring in Carly Van Cleve now for the latest on what she's learning about this investigation. What have you found out today, Carly?
Yeah, Bob, Stacia, the report into this investigation was just released to us hours ago. 18 pages that are heavily redacted. However, these documents are providing new insight into the death of Lieutenant Rodney Osborne. 2 weeks after the deadly shooting of Lieutenant Rodney Osborne, we're getting vital new information about what happened inside the training facility. The initial incident report says Osborne was shot in the chest. The shooting has been called accidental. However, we've learned Special Operations Commander David Pearson, the manager in charge during this deadly training exercise, has been placed on leave. Something important, at this point, we still do not know who fired that deadly shot. The State Department of Corrections did not give us that information, and it's not detailed in the Highway Patrol's investigative report. But here's what I can tell you. According to this heavily redacted report, a corrections employee is being investigated for reckless homicide. That person's name has not been released. The report also details more information about the moments right after Lieutenant Osborne was shot. It indicates he received medical care from his fellow trainees right there on the spot. Investigators also releasing new 911 calls that paint the picture of what happened shortly after the shots were fired.
What are the instances? Do you know what caused it?
It was a gunshot wound while they were training as a corrections training academy. A student, we believe, was shot in the chest.
Okay. All right, I'll get them head that way.
According to emergency calls and the Highway Patrol report, trainees didn't wait for an ambulance. They loaded him up into a personal vehicle and rushed him to the hospital.
They did not wait for EMS to get on scene. They put him in the back of a Chevy Silverado and they rushed him to Mount Carmel Grove City on their own.
Our numerous requests for interviews with the State Department of Corrections, as well as the Ohio State Highway Patrol, who's leading this investigation, have been turned down. Well, I did get my hands on Lieutenant Rodney Osborne's personnel file today. According to comments listed, he was a professional and exceeded expectations. As far as the administrator who was put on leave, I've learned Commander David Pearson has worked at the Warren Correctional Institution for nearly a decade. We are still waiting to review his personnel file. On your side, Carly Van Cleve, ABC 6 News.